Hello and welcome to this presentation about priority scheduling at Plainfield High School. Priority scheduling is a process that we go through each and every year as we prepare our students to make course selections for the upcoming school year. This presentation, as well as the priority scheduling evening that we host every year, is important because it allows us to communicate with students and parents the course selections, changes to graduation requirements, all the things that are pretty important parts of making course selections. And we want to balance that with students changing career aspirations or plans after high school. And so it's important that everyone is informed about this process. This is the first step in the process. We'll talk about that along the way here. Our goal for this presentation and for priority scheduling in general is to again share that new curriculum, to explain graduation pathways and procedures, to help you understand better the scheduling process that's going to happen over the next few months at Plainfield High School, and then to have some presentations that are individualized to each grade level so that we can share information that is applicable to your student. Our guidance team is on the forefront of each of these scheduling processes and are the ones who are going to meet individually with each student during this process to help them make sure that they have the right classes selected for next year. Our guidance counselors are divided alphabetically. You can see that here on this slide, as well as their contact information. Mr. Adam Fritz is our counselor for students who receive special services. That's students who have IEPs, 504s, or ENL students. So you can see here how to contact them. Students can also stop in the guidance office and schedule a meeting. But remember that every counselor will be reaching out to each student and sitting down with them one on one to go through their course selections during this process. Our curriculum guide is called the Pathfinder at Plainfield High School. It helps us to outline all of the courses that are available and other processes and procedures that are important academically to students here at Plainfield High School. For a long time, it was a bound notebook that didn't get looked at very often, and so we felt like by changing it to a digital format, we could really move the information in the hands of all the stakeholders in Plainfield. So, in this digital format, you can access it using the QR code here or through the guidance part of the high school website. You're able to find all the course descriptions and all the policies and procedures that we follow from an academic perspective. It's organized by department so that you can see videos, you can see graphics and displays to help you better understand the course offerings in each department, um, and also some videos of students sharing the reasons why they found courses to be very fulfilling. We think this digital format is really good, but we also think it's very important that students reach out to their current teachers to ask questions because these folks are working with your students each and every day are going to be the best indicator and best judge of what should be next on their curriculum pathway when it comes to the next course in a series of courses. So let's talk a little bit about our scheduling timeline. Scheduling begins each year in December and goes on until roughly the 1st of May every year. So we start with these presentations. The presentations are made to both students in school as well as to our families through this process, these online videos, as well as our in person priority scheduling night. Students will then complete a Google form in which they write down their first, their choices based on priority scheduling and watching these videos and having questions and talking to their teachers, things like that. That has to be done by the end of first semester. So before we go home for winter break, students should have completed that Google form. They'll have opportunities during their SMART classes to work on that, and the eighth graders will have time during their school day as well. Um, when we return for second semester, students will be entering these course selections into Power School. That'll allow them to really start the process of sharing with their counselors what classes they're interested in. It's very important that this is an accurate process because it drives our creation of the master schedule, our hiring of new staff. All of these things are really driven by those course selections. So it's really important that they're very accurate. And so to guarantee that, counselors will meet with every student before spring break and go through what they put into Power School and really make sure that it's the right um, selection for them. Um, we'll also kind of double check those with teachers and make sure that we've got everybody in the right spot. We say that the last day for want to changes. Those are the changes that your student just wakes up in the morning and says, you know what, I don't want to take ceramics, I want to take painting, or I don't want to take honors chemistry, I want to take honors physics, and they just kind of decide just because they have a change of heart. Those have to be in by May 1st. They need to go see their counselor and get that schedule changed, or contact their counselor via email to get that schedule done. They have a lot of freedom prior to May 1st. After May 1st, there's only a certain set of guidelines that drive actual selections. Students can make level changes and can drop for a study hall, but they're much more limited in the kind of want to change category after May 1st. So it's really important that by May 1st, we've really got into some good class selections for next year. The other changes that are allowed are outlined in the Pathfinder, and ask you to look at those. The last type of change, our level changes, we do allow students within the first 4 weeks of a semester to make a level change. So if a student signs up for an honors class, is sitting in there for a few weeks and realizes this is too hard, it's not the right fit, they can talk with their teacher, it's just not going to work, then they can make a level change down. Or sometimes a student will be sitting in a regular leveled course, sitting, let's say, in English 10, and they're really just they think it's not enough of a challenge, and so they can go see their counselor and level change up as well. So both of those are possibilities of level changes. Again, the fall level change date is September 1st, and the spring level change date is February 1st. So the next steps in our process here for you to understand is what's coming is that students are going to want to watch their grade level specific videos, use that Pathfinder site to explore their classes, and then students should discuss with their current teachers their classes, make those initial thoughts in the Google form. That should be done before leaving for winter break. And then we'll enter their initial course offerings into Power School when we return in January before they finalize those selections with their counselors in an individual meeting prior to spring break. Here are some links that both the Pathfinder and to additional scheduling resources that will contain videos and other applicable information that would be helpful for students. I hope this video finds is helpful to you. And again, this is just one in a series of videos. We ask that you kind of work your way through all of them to get more information.